Ringo Starr's life story is far more than the tale of a famous drummer. It is a journey marked by hardship, survival, resilience, and quiet strength. From a fragile childhood in wartime Liverpool to becoming a global icon, his path has been anything but easy. Even today, as he enters his mid-80s, moments of vulnerability continue to remind fans that behind the fame is a deeply human story. Recent emotional appearances and health concerns have reignited public interest, prompting many to look back at the struggles, triumphs, and defining moments that shaped his life and legacy. A childhood in wartime Liverpool. Richard Starkey was born on July 7, 1940 in Liverpool, during one of the most dangerous periods in British history. The city was under constant threat from German air raids, and fear was a daily reality. His early years were shaped by instability, both outside and inside the home. His father left when he was just 3 years old, leaving his mother to raise him alone. Financial hardship forced frequent adjustments, including moving to cheaper housing. Despite the chaos surrounding him, young Richard learned early how to endure uncertainty and emotional loss. Health struggles that nearly took his life. At the age of 6, Richard faced a life-threatening medical crisis when his appendix burst. Complications led to peritonitis, a severe infection that left him in a coma for days. Doctors were unsure whether he would survive. He spent nearly a year in the hospital, isolated from normal childhood experiences. When he was finally discharged, he had fallen significantly behind in school. Yet, rather than complain, he accepted his circumstances quietly. This period of illness became one of the first major tests of his resilience, shaping his calm and enduring personality. Tuberculosis and isolation. Just as he began catching up academically, another devastating blow struck. At 13, Richard contracted tuberculosis and was sent to a specialized hospital for long-term treatment. He spent 2 years away from home, surrounded by silence and isolation. It was during this difficult time that a small but life-changing moment occurred. A nurse introduced him to rhythm using a simple object, sparking his interest in percussion. Music became more than entertainment. It became an emotional outlet. In the absence of companionship, rhythm gave him a sense of identity and purpose. Discovering music as an escape music quickly transformed from a distraction into a passion. During his recovery, Richard was exposed to records that deepened his fascination with drumming. The simplicity of rhythm allowed him to express feelings he couldn't articulate. Growing up in a rough neighborhood filled with violence and uncertainty, he needed that escape. Music gave him control in a world that often felt unpredictable. It became his refuge, a place where he could channel frustration and build confidence. This connection to rhythm would ultimately define his future and provide direction when everything else seemed uncertain. Teenage years and first steps into music. By the age of 16, Richard had entered the workforce as an apprentice machinist. It was there that he met others who shared his interest in music. Together, they formed a skiffle group and began practicing informally. His stepfather supported his growing passion by buying him a drum kit, a gift that would change his life. Soon after, he joined a local band and performed his first live show. Balancing work and music was challenging, but performing gave him a sense of belonging and joy he had rarely experienced before. Rise with Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. Richard's talent eventually led him to join a more established group, where he adopted the stage name Ringo Starr. Known for his distinctive style and personality, he became a stand-up performer. The band gained popularity in Liverpool, even rivaling other emerging acts at the time. Their energetic performances and growing fan base gave Ringo valuable experience. It was during this period that he honed his skills, developed stage confidence, and began to see music not just as a passion, but as a potential career. Opportunities beyond Liverpool soon began to appear. The Hamburg experience. In 1960, Ringo's band traveled to Hamburg, Germany, where they performed in the city's intense nightlife scene. The experience was both exhilarating and chaotic. Long hours, little sleep, and a wild environment tested the endurance of every musician involved. It was also a place where connections were formed. Ringo crossed paths with other Liverpool musicians who would later become central to his life, Despite the challenges, Hamburg played a crucial role in shaping his professionalism and stamina, preparing him for the demanding world of international music success. Joining the Beatles. Amid controversy. In 1962, Ringo was invited to join a rising band that would soon change music history. However, his arrival was met with hostility from fans loyal to the previous drummer. Early performances were tense, with crowds expressing anger and even aggression. Behind the scenes, he faced additional pressure during recording sessions where his abilities were questioned. These experiences tested his confidence deeply. Yet, Ringo persevered, determined to prove himself. Over time, his steady presence and unique drumming style became an essential part of the group's identity and success. Fame, pressure, and personal growth. As global fame exploded, Ringo found himself navigating an entirely new reality. Constant touring, media attention, and internal dynamics created immense pressure. Despite this, he maintained a grounded personality, often serving as a stabilizing force within the group. His journey from a sickly child to an international star was extraordinary, but it came with emotional challenges. Learning to cope with fame required strength and adaptability. Through it all, he remained committed to his craft, contributing to some of the most influential music ever created. Later, life, creativity, and controversies. In later years, Ringo continued to evolve as an artist. He explored new creative outlets, including visual art, using innovative techniques to raise funds for charitable causes. His work supported initiatives such as cancer research and addiction recovery. However, not all attention was positive. Reports about offshore financial arrangements sparked public debate, though no wrongdoing was proven. Despite scrutiny, he remained focused on his work and philanthropy. His ability to continue creating while navigating public pressure demonstrated the same resilience that defined his earlier life. Emotional reflections and ongoing concerns. Recent appearances have shown a more vulnerable side of Ringo. During a birthday celebration, he became emotional while reflecting on lost bandmates and the passage of time. Health-related cancellations added to concerns among fans. These moments revealed the weight of a lifetime of experiences, both joyful and painful. For many, seeing him express grief so openly was deeply moving. It served as a reminder that even icons carry personal struggles. His willingness to show emotion has only deepened the connection fans feel toward him. Conclusion: Ringo Starr's story is one of perseverance, transformation, and quiet strength. From a childhood marked by illness and hardship to global recognition and enduring influence, his life reflects the power of resilience. Even now, as he faces the realities of aging, his journey continues to inspire. His music, creativity, and humanity remain deeply impactful. While concerns about his health and emotional well-being are natural, they also highlight the lasting bond he shares with audiences around the world. His legacy is not just in music, but in the strength he has shown throughout his life.